somebody you can call and talk to at will or freely, or that does favors for you and you do favor for back, that is friendship. 99% of men who are friends with you, who call you at will, who you call at will, who you talk to freely, if the girl ever said, can we hang out tonight? And that guy has no other plan of probably hanging out with anyone and he's free and available, he would take it. You can't have an open line of communication with a woman that is just friends with you, that you're not romantically involved in, and you can discuss anything and everything with her. That is madness.
Welcome back to Ikenna's channel. Today I'll be hosting and I'd invited Ikenna to be our guest today. So thanks for joining your own channel for another episode. So I'll just be asking you some questions. I know I haven't sent you any of those questions, but it's just going to be more authentic this way. So I hope you're ready to get destroyed.
Destroyed is a pretty strong word, but yeah.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how
I
it
don't
goes.
mind.
But thanks anyways. I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Absolutely, me too.
What's a belief you held 5 years ago that you no longer believe today?
I've held so many beliefs. 5 years ago, for example, one of the beliefs is that I believed men and women could be friends, just friends. But even as at most recent times, I know that's not a possibility. That's not something I'll ever support any guy to be in. Friendship with any woman. You could have acquaintances or things that bring you together with someone. Maybe some organization, community, walk, whatever it is. But being friends with the opposite sex is something that, yes, as a couple years ago, I would say that was fine, that there was nothing wrong with that. But I don't think it's possible to be friends with the opposite sex without requiring more, or without feelings getting involved, or without there being more subconsciously that you guys could be experiencing, without knowing, obviously. And most men who are friends with the opposite sex, who are friends with a girl, are usually hovering around seeking more in some way. Maybe it's just suppressed for them. But those are usually the same who just, hovering around looking for an opportunity to smash. Or
So who do you think is going to benefit out of this situation?
benefit how? Like by
Being
friends or not being
friends?
friends?
Yeah, being friends. Imagine a girl and a guy are friends, just friends. So who do you think it's best for?
Well, usually the woman benefits more when you are friends with her. Because guys really have nothing to benefit from a girl when they are just friends. Outside the hope that one day she could, open up to him, for him to have more with her. But there's no benefit for any man being friends with a girl.
Except for the hope?
Yeah, except for the fact that one day, I'm anticipating that one day something is going to happen here, even if he's not earnestly anticipating it, it's just there in subconscious. Why are you friends with a girl? What is it that you are hoping to get? What is it that you are actually getting from her? I'm trying to understand. Like what? Are you going to call her when you are depressed? Or are you going to call her when you need help? You don't have guy friends you could call?
Yeah, maybe. It can just be because you want to see it from a girl's perspective sometimes.
Well,
Imagine something happened to you and you need a girl's opinion on that. So who would you go to? It could be your girlfriend, not girlfriend, but a friend that is a girl.
why do you need give me an example of something you would need an opinion of a girl's opinion to find out.
For example, you're approaching a girl and something happened. You don't know how to take another step in that situation, and you may think that it's a good idea to ask for another girl's opinion on that, maybe because girls may understand each other more, right?
I don't think a girl that you're friends with is the best route to ask an opinion of something, depending on what it is. If you're even trying to ask her something related to dating or a girl you're interested in, trust me, most girls that are friends with you, uh, they they relatively also territorial. I think women are very territorial in some way. If a girl is just like friends with you and somehow you get into a new relationship, and at some point it's like you're spending more time with your partner than you're spending with her, they usually do not like that either. It almost comes off like, you are you are splitting attention.
But
Or
this is only if emotions are involved in that situation.
that's what I'm saying, that most of the time the word friendship, there is more to it between both sexes. I think, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Like I said, if you have something that is bringing two people together, if you have a work colleague or some community you belong to or charity or whatever it is that's bringing you guys together, that's fine. You guys can talk based off of those things that are bringing you together. But imagine that I have a female friend that I have to consult for things, or I use her to know how women think. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, personally, I don't like it.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't add up. This was one belief that I had. I honestly believed that men and women could be friends and there's nothing more. But I'm telling you, if you're friends with a girl, as a guy, if you're friends with a girl, that is also, it's having some negative impact on you as a man. It's having some sort of like, you are being friend zoned by a woman is not really a good thing. And I know some men will say, "Oh, I don't really want more with her."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
really
I
want
wanted
more
to
with
say.
her. But that's a lie. These guys are not telling themselves the truth, because if that girl ever was in need, like some sort of sexual need or whatever, yeah, and she even if you even did an experiment where the girl just called you and said like, I really want to hang out tonight with you. Can you come around? I'm telling you, 99% of men will take it.
That's a strong statement.
Yeah. 99% of men who are friends with you, who call you at will, who you call at will, who you talk to freely, and there's nothing more. If the girl ever said, "Can we hang out tonight?" and that guy has no other plan of probably hanging out with anyone, and he's free and available, he would take it.
Wow.
He would take it, yes. Because men would often always, use any. If a guy is like keeping friendship with you, it means there is also some sort of interest that he has towards you.
Could be not sexual. I
Most
don't
of the
know.
time,
I mean, I know
most
it's
of the time,
controversial, but
yeah, I know, I hear you. Most of the time, it is sexual,
okay.
and it doesn't mean that they are aware of it. It doesn't mean that they are cognizant of it. Most of the time, there's more that they would want in that
They just
situation.
haven't realized it.
They haven't
Yeah,
realized it, or
maybe.
they are not in tune with it, or they just don't care. They are just passively there. They are just there in terms of, oh, it doesn't matter if any chance ever opens up, I'll take it anyways. At least maybe I have another girlfriend, or maybe I have women around that I'm.
Like
but
an
if she-
option B or something.
Exactly. But if she ever wanted more, I would take it. So, and also for the men, this doesn't make you a more confident person when you are friends with women. It doesn't make you being friend zoned and being in a state where you're just easily accessible to any girl. You're easily accessible to that girl. She can call you. She can spend time with you. She can just show up. She wants your attention. You are giving it to her. That doesn't make you a more valuable person.
Okay, if you haven't approached that girl in like any period of your time, like in any period of your life, would it still be considered as getting friend zoned? Because I think it's not. Like if you've approached her in the past and she said no and you stayed friends with her, then that's another story. But if you've always been friends, so how do you believe it's friend zoned?
Well, it doesn't make sense to have approached a girl in the past and she said no and you're still friends with her.
experienced that, but okay.
Yeah, but that says something about that man. Like,
Yeah.
you want more to do with the girl, but you let her know what you want, and then she said no. Why do you still want to be friends? I've met some girls in the past who I was chatting with, and then they would tell me, oh, like we were chatting at some point, and they would say something like, oh, I want this to be friends. Let's just be friends. And my simple response is always, I don't keep friendship with women, but it's been nice knowing you. What am I gonna be friends with you for? Like what am I supposed to gain from being friends with you exactly? What would a woman do for me that I have to keep her as a friend? Like, I'm trying to understand from a man's view. I'm not, no guys, we're not trying to be like, sound too harsh here or sound like, we're all macho or whatever, we're all self-reliant. No. But what value is a woman adding to my life that's just my friend? That is just somebody hanging around? I'm adding a lot
I would
more.
say same as your guy friends. Like
I think
whatever they
women
add
take
to your life.
advantage of men who are friends with them
Okay.
by doing simple things. So some women, for example, when they want to move, they will call on the guy, hey, can you help me move? Can you come and help me move? Pack some things.
Okay, I wouldn't
get
be
a truck.
asking.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of girls do. Get a truck or something. Those physical things, those things that are physically intense, they will ask the man. They will remember they have a friend. They will ask that dude to come and help with that. But for you as a man, what is it that a woman will be doing for you that you wouldn't now want more with her? Or that doesn't signal that I want more with you? For example, most men may not be able to cook. So, not most men, but a lot of men, for example, who may not know how to cook. If you know that your friend can cook and you invite her to the house and you say, yeah, like, come and help me cook, that's already a relatively
That's not
intimate thing.
a friendship material. Like,
So what would a guy require from a girl that is just friendship? Advice?
yeah, most of the time.
What sort of advice do you
like
need? What sort of advice would you require from a woman that's your
girl's
friend?
perspective?
You can ask anyone else that has a more platonic view. You can ask an acquaintance.
Yeah, of course.
You can ask.
But
You can ask somebody in your community. You can ask any of them. Maybe you will also.
But isn't it weird to just like imagine just asking a random girl in your community about some sort of personal thing that is happening to you?
If it's personal, then you guys are not supposed. Why? Like, I have a girl who is my friend, and then I'm asking her personal questions as well. There's just more here.
At least she's closer than an acquaintance in the community.
Give me an example of what you ask her.
Like the thing I said, like you're experiencing some hardship in your relationship, for example, or not a relationship, but it has potential to be a relationship for you. Imagine like you're talking to a girl, you don't know what to, you don't know how she's feeling about you, like reading her texts and like how she's behaving, how she's acting with you. So you just think it's better to ask another girl about this whole thing because she may see it in a different way than you are seeing it.
That's just. I think something about that is a little dumb. Like asking a girl, I think it's dumb, and I'll explain why. Because there are so many other channels you could use to know what signal a girl.
Of course, but it's some sort of like personalized. When you explain everything and when you ask someone that is close to you, she knows you as well. So it's kind of like a modified thing, you know? It's not like you just go search some podcast on YouTube and then listen to it.
She knows you, but the girl in question you're interested in doesn't know you.
Yeah, maybe you're in early stages or something.
The girl in question doesn't know you, so it doesn't matter. The girl who knows you, that's giving you advice based off of who you are, is not giving you advice based off of the fact that she knows the other girl.
No.
Exactly. So it's not a good advice. It's not a good place to, because she knows.
What if it's her friend?
What if it's who's
What
friend?
if, okay, so imagine two girls are friends one of the girls is your friend, you're just friend with her, and you're planning to approach the other girl.
Oh my God.
I'm just making scenarios.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so what in that case? She knows both of you then.
So you are talking about two girls and a guy where you are friends. Three of you are friends, but the guy
No,
wants
you're just friends with one of them. You want more out of the other girl.
There's nothing that makes sense about this setup. Nothing.
But she knows both of you in that way.
Just hear me out for a bit.
Okay.
Nothing makes sense about this setup. You are interested in this girl and you are asking her friend,
Which is also your friend. She's been your friend for a while.
like, the setup is just not ideal for any man to find himself in. Okay, if you're interested in that girl and you take her number and you're chatting with her, you should make it independent of the other person who supposedly is your friend. Two girls who one of them is your friend and one of them is not, is somebody you're interested in. Do you think the girl that is your friend is going to offer you a good, clear advice? If when
she's
it
not
comes
into
to
you in that way, yes, why not?
what? No, she's not gonna give you a good advice. Women are competitive in nature. She's not. Yeah, she's not gonna, because you are her friend. The other girl is her friend, and you guys want to date.
But she doesn't want to date you.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. You guys want to date. That girl who is your friend and your girlfriend's friend may not necessarily approve of your relationship between both of you. Because a part of her is feeling someone. She's already your friend. You're gonna take attention, or the time that she spends with you, or whatever it is. She wouldn't like to share it without her friend. She wouldn't be glad and happy for the both of you getting into a relationship and possibly getting married.
If you guys are that close and you spend so much time together, then I agree what you're saying. But if it's just a friendship that you just see her like once in a while, you don't chat every day, you're not that, I don't know, you don't talk that much.
I mean, maybe the word friendship is being used in a certain way.
Yeah.
But if you guys just chat once in a while or don't even like,
You wouldn't even
have any-
consider it in friendship?
that's probably an acquaintance or something. Yeah, that's not friendship.
Okay, so I think our definitions are different.
No, that's not friendship. And even if you can call somebody, you can call and talk to at will or freely, or that does favors for you and you do favor for back, that is friendship.
Yeah, but you may not talk.
No, I'm
like
just
every
establishing
day.
to you what a friendship is. For example, somebody you talk to and that talks to you may not be every day, but you guys talk at will and freely and have open line of communication between both of you.
Yeah,
And you could talk about anything and everything. That is friendship.
yeah. I
So
think the same.
a girl who you can talk with anything and everything is wrong for a man. You can't have an open line of communication with a woman that is just friends with you that you're not romantically involved in, and you can discuss anything and everything with her. That is madness. Imagine if you get another woman in your life, if you're trying to build a relationship with somebody. Now, in the setting you described, if that guy is trying to build a relationship with her friend, now that line of communication is going to reduce between the guy and the supposed girl that is her friend. And then he will channel and be building more bond with his new girlfriend.
Yeah, of course.
And that girl wouldn't like that because what she had with you is being threatened. A girl who is friends with you, she's not being friends with you just because she likes you or whatever. I mean, how do I put that?
Maybe she just likes you as a person.
She likes the attention you give her.
That as well.
No, that's what it is. Women crave off of attention. She likes the attention you give her. She likes the validation you give her. The fact that you are the one, she's the one you come to talk about things, to be free openly about things. She likes that. She is enjoying that. And now when you start sharing that with another person and you stop that with her, she's not gonna like that. Like her natural state is not gonna like that. It's not because some women cannot, some women may be able to trigger that side of them where they would relax a little bit more and be happy for you guys. But at the first instant, you are threatening something. That girl's presence in the guy's life is a threat to the relationship that she has with him. And she wouldn't really like that. Even if she acts like she does, a part of her is not really okay, or is feeling unease, or is feeling jealous, or is feeling something. Women will feel something. Women are territorial as well. They like their man being to themselves alone.
Their man, yes.
Yeah, but you are their man by giving them attention. You think just because she kept you at bay, there's no romantic involvement, that means you are not their man? She still claims territory. She still claims some authority over you.
I've seen such girls. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But I'm also thinking about like someone like me. I wouldn't see that like for myself. I mean, maybe the guys that I have I'm in contact with, maybe they're not considered my friends, so maybe that's why. But
well,
I don't know. I don't see myself like territorial.
Women are not often always, things are not always about romantic for them as well. That's why when you see two friends can actually break up for women, two friends, like
two girlfriends?
Yeah, two girlfriends.
Okay.
When they stop talking, they even call it a breakup.
It is a breakup.
No, I'm just giving you an example. Men don't say that. Men don't use words like that. Oh, I've broken up with my guy, with my friend. That doesn't make any sense.
So does that mean you wouldn't be like sad about it? Like it doesn't affect your life or the way you're feeling?
No. I'm trying to give you an example of how men are different from women.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you an example of how the nature of a woman is different from the nature of man.
Okay.
Of a man. I have some relationships with some of my guys who we may not talk for months. But when we talk, it's like we talk every day. It's like we spend time. I'm just giving you an example.
Okay.
It's like we spend time every single day. There's never a severing of friendship between guys. There must have been something huge that happened between them. Maybe the other guy slept with his wife or his partner or something. There's never really an absolute severing, or maybe he scammed his guy or took his money or something. Something emotional, something financial, I don't know, whatever it is. But there's never an absolute severing of friendship between men. But that happens between women. And they even use the term breakup. If you have a relationship with a girlfriend, with one of your friends, and you guys, spend time, you guys talk, you could even go to her place and hang out and all that stuff. There's a little more emotion attached to it. Not that is romantic, but there's a little more bonding there. That's how women are. So if a guy comes into the equation and he's trying to take any of you away from the other person, or you notice that the guy is now she's spending more time with that guy. If you call her on the phone, oh, can we hang out tonight? And she says, oh, I have a date with my guy. I won't be able to hang out tonight.
I can relate
those kind
to
of
this
things,
so much.
Yeah. Those kind of things affect the nature of a woman. It affects the emotion of a woman.
I almost got into fights because of this.
Exactly. So why you say this? Nobody's different.
It's a different story than what I said.
No woman is different on this. Most of them will feel that way.
It's about your girlfriend. In that case, it's about you and your girlfriend. So, for example, me and my girlfriend, if I go into a new relationship, or if she goes into a new relationship and would spend less time with me, then yes, it would be important for me. I would react to that. But if I do have a platonic guy friend that I don't care about romantically, you're saying that doesn't exist. But I'm saying if it exists,
most women, from the last statement you made, just to address that, most women are thinking of things from their view without necessarily thinking about things from a guy's view. I can bet you that a lot of men put work and time and investment resources into understanding women than women may do into understanding men.
Yeah, for sure.
So, because we are the chasers, we want to understand women, their psyche, how they behave, so that we know how to approach them and all that stuff, right? So, most men put in the work to actually understand a woman. From what you said, women just want to think of things from their line of thought, their own way. Like when you say yourself, or when you say some other girls may not think like this or behave like this. What about how the guy thinks? Like for example, the instance you gave when you said you are not romantically involved with the guy, for example. How do you know what
But the
that guy
guy is
wants?
not also okay. Yeah, I'm not commenting on
these
that.
women that keep men as friends, you guys keep them for the attention and validation of yourself. Yeah. There's no other reason that women keep men as friends other than the attention that they will get from the
Okay.
man
Okay.
and the validation they get. But they don't realize that the man most times wants more. Some of these guys that are keeping women too is for the validation, for their own ego boost or whatever. But if room is allowed for more to happen, you would see that the guy would declare interest in making something happen. Not necessarily that he wants a relationship with you, not necessarily that he wants you guys to now get married or date or whatever. No.
Yeah, definitely not.
But if it's for sexual, something more intimate, kissing you, feeling you, whatever it is in the moment, he will take it. Tell me, for example, a girl who has just broken up with her man. You've just broken up with your man and you're in a vulnerable state. And you have a guy who is your friend. And most likely you are calling the guy to come be an emotional whatever for you.
No, I'll definitely call my girls.
No, it's an example. What if your girls are not available? So you already have a guy who is a friend, right? And you call him because you're trying to understand guys, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's the example you gave me, for example.
Yeah, maybe.
We keep friends because we want to understand the other partner, right? So
Yeah.
you call the guy, oh, he broke up with me. I don't know why. As a guy, what do you think? What could have happened here? Blah, 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 blah. And he says this, and then he sees you crying, he hears you crying, all that stuff. Some emotions are going to trigger in him. He's going to get territorial. This is my friend, whatever. I don't like to see him in that state. And he wants to come around and, console you and all that stuff. In that emotional, vulnerable state that you guys are in, something happens. I know you're seeing things from your view,
Yeah, I can-
but go look at it holistically. This is what happens. When you keep friends of the opposite
Yeah,
sex.
I can imagine
if a
that
guy
happening.
if a guy is hurt by a girl and he has a girl who is also his friend, let's say I'm in a relationship, I get hurt by my girlfriend, and then I have a girl who is my friend, who I talk to often, who, I could just call her and be like, oh my God, I don't know, I'm gonna do it tonight. Like she broke up with me. Can you come? Let's just stay with me for a moment, all that stuff in my vulnerable state. That's what I'm encouraging. That's the line of openness I have. I'm leaving when I have friends of the opposite sex. I am not saying you can't have acquaintances or people who you share faith with or people who you are in communities with and all that stuff.
Yeah, of
but
course,
if you
it's
guys
inevitable.
are bonding outside of that, that is friendship. If you guys know somebody from a community, and whenever they reach out to you about something related to that. But if you even notice that they reach out to you often and about something related to what brought you guys together, wouldn't you start thinking this guy may want more with me, but he just doesn't know how to come out with it?
Yeah, maybe.
It's simple.
Maybe.
It's simple math. And then even if, because most guys that are hovering around a girl, like I've said so many times, they just don't know how to come out with what they want. So they hover around until they get a chance instead of creating a chance themselves. They are hovering around like the Holy Ghost around the girl. Always sending her a message here and there, the simpish behavior where you need to, you need to stamp your authority and just come out with what you want. That's what women respect. Say how you feel, what you want. And if she's not on the same page, you tell her, cool, I hope you have a good time. I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely life, whatever that's like. And you end it amicably. If you guys ever see each other anywhere, you could still say hello. But not that you still keep her as a friend. A girl that has rejected you, this doesn't make any sense. I don't encourage, and imagine as a girl too, a guy has rejected you and you still say, and you still keep him as a friend. Like, but you know you want more with this guy. And he calls you all the time,
That's
telling
so
you about this
desperate.
girl.
No, I know.
That's how it is too for the men. They are desperate. So that's my view on this. It changed in the past 5 years. I don't think it's possible. Like growing up, we've made so many friendships when we're kids. With girls, with guys and all that stuff, right? I have some girls that I know that I grew up with and all that stuff who, may live in other countries and all that. So if they chat me up or check up on me or I check up on them, hey, it's been a long time, how you doing? That's okay. You could catch up with somebody that you've known for a long time or when you were kids. There's nothing wrong with that. Just thought I'd check up on you or just, or something you think of the person or you remember or an event happens and you're checking up on them, whatever, that's fine. But if you guys often talk about your day, talk about your life, share all that information with each other, that's friendship. If you guys are often, talking about yourselves, oh, I just got back from work and this is that, you're highlighting your day, your life to another woman.
That's too much.
And that says a lot because even the day you'll be getting married, I don't think she's going to be gladly just happy for you, especially if your women get bonded to you by what they hear and how you are open with them. The frequent communication and attention you give to any woman is all she needs to most likely fall in love with you. Yeah. It's all she needs to most likely start having feelings for you. If you're always checking up on her, talking to her, telling her you are here, I'm here to help you with anything, if you want anything. Even if she's not romantically invested in you or likes you, she loves that. That gives her a certain level of ego or a certain level of validation. That
It gives validation, but that's it.
yeah. So why do you need validation from another man that is not your man?
I don't need it. I'm not saying like we
I'm just
need
giving an
it.
example.
I know.
Why does any woman need validation from other men that is not their man?
They don't need it. I'm not saying like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying when they do that, okay, of course it gives validation to you. But do you need it? No.
If you don't need it, then you will cut off the friendship.
Yeah, you can cut off.
But most of them don't.
Maybe there's something else. I don't know.
No, it's the validation and attention. They love it.
Okay.
It's in the. I made a video a long time ago where I talked about the 9 laws of female nature. One of them is attention and validation.
Yeah, of course, that's
Women-
an important thing.
Women thrive off attention. You just said it. It's an important thing.
Yeah.
That's why they keep the man.
Well, when you get it from someone that you're also emotionally involved
They
with.
will get it from as many
Not from
people as they
anyone.
want. They don't care. The responsible woman will cut it off with everybody and only want and dedicate her attention to one man who she's involved with, and only that man's validation is what's important to her.
Yeah,
No
I
one
respect
else.
that, yeah.
But most women, the modern woman, the average woman out there, will post shit on social media, will post half naked nude pictures, and guys will like it and comment, "You're so hot, you're so beautiful." They love that. They crave off of that. They love the attention and the validation. Yeah. If not, why would they post pictures and stories that induce men to comment? And they will still say, "It's not me." It's him. It's left to the man. If he wants to comment, he comments. This is their business. Well, I blame the guys even for following women like that.
Yeah,
Following
of course.
women who post themselves half naked pictures of themselves on social media and all that stuff and commenting, baby girl, when are we going to see you? You look so beautiful. You look so blah, blah, blah. That is low. That is cheap. That is absurd. And
That
you
is
need to
cheap,
work on
yeah.
yourself. Yes. But why do women do that? Because they love the
It goes
attention.
both ways.
What goes both ways?
So they're both responsible for this. You know, I'm not saying it's just one's fault in this
Yeah.
case.
I just told you that I blame those men. Of course. But at the end of the day, if women are not presenting themselves in that manner, then these men wouldn't have a place to go seek out these things. And somebody could argue on the other hand, if men don't crave that, then these women will have a need to
Yeah, it's like
satisfy
a cycle.
that demand, you know? So it's the men that need to work on themselves, whereby once they get their value and their independence and their sanity, get themselves together, then they can absolutely reduce their tendency of just wanting to, you know, seek out women like that, random women like that on social media.
You know what that reminds me of? So there are some people, especially like women, that think for them to prevent their husband or their partner from cheating, the best way for doing that is to just not go anywhere, not to any parties, not to any like I don't know, gathering, public places, for the man to not see anyone else except for them. But that is not the solution. If the man wants to go find the thing he's craving, he will. There's always going to be some woman that is providing that for him. So I think, I mean, I get your point as well, but I'm saying to just like, I don't know, you can't just prevent everyone from doing that. There's always going to be some people that will be doing it. So the man should work on themselves too.
Yeah, I'm not talking about, there's no way you're going to prevent anyone from doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, if they want to, they will do it.
But like I said, I'm much harder on men than I am on women. Whatever I preach is for the sanity and for the for men to actually, you know, get themselves right. Because at the end of the day, many of them, mankind, the calling of a man is actually deeper than a lot of us realize. And we actually set the pace for a lot of things in society. But if a man loses his way, then the society, the world is also losing its way. If women lose their way as well, which many men and women have lost their way, then the society is going to shit. Everything is being sexualized and nudity is everywhere. And who do they use to preach nudity and sexualization? It's women. Let's be honest.
I guess.
Women,
Yeah.
it's not guess, it's the truth. You don't see posts or things just portray men in a very sexual way. Rarely would you see that. Most of the time,
Yeah, you can still see it. But
rarely,
yeah.
anything that has to do with sex and nudity is women. When you go to,
Yeah, I know. Women tend to be more attractive and
women
appealing.
are used for that. Exactly. Even to other women are more appealing. There's nothing, except a man really works on himself. There's nothing too appealing about the figure of a man. Even
Can
most
be,
women,
but-
even most women would see a man and would see another woman and say, "Oh, she looks beautiful. She looks very sexually appealing," or whatever. Doesn't mean she's bi or whatever, but women know when.
I mean, many women are bi. too.
Yeah, but women know when a woman is actually like good looking. you know?
Yeah, of course.
So women are used for that. They are the instrument. They are the weapon used for nudity in the society. They are the ones that when you go to social media, the algorithm and all that, they are the ones that are being pushed with big boobs and big breasts and hips and cosmetically modified faces or lips or whatever, because that is what brings in money and revenue. The only reason OnlyFans exists is because there's a
demand to
demand
it.
to satisfy men like this, right? So it's simple as rejecting being used as a weapon. If you yourself choose to be a worthy person who dedicates your love and time and attention to one particular man, then all this nudity is going to reduce gradually. If women did that, men will seek other ways or whatever it is. If I once did mention, I forgot whether it was one of my videos, women hold the keys to sex. The truth is, when it comes to sexual intimacy, nudity, all these things, women are the ones who hold the keys to that. If a woman says, no, I don't want to be sexually intimate with you, I don't want to do this, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing
That's
you can...
not what rapists think, but
What? No, that's that's a different topic that I don't want to go into. Except the only other thing you could do is force yourself on her.
Yeah.
But like, how many men will really do that? That's another conversation, because I don't want. That's not even the point. How many men will really, like, if you 10 men are rejected, most likely 7 or 8 of them would go in peace. The other 3 or the other 2 may become aggressive or may want more by force. But women hold the keys to that. As times change and evolve, things like that also reduce in most societies. And we're using the Western society, for example, as a bedrock or whatever, just to judge everywhere else. I know that some other countries, parts of the world, things like this happen a lot, where men force themselves on women. We know that happens. But I'm talking about...
it happens everywhere.
Yeah, we know that happens.
Yeah.
But the point is pretty simple on the fact that women hold the keys to sex. If she says no, that's no. If you force yourself on her, now you're in trouble, and you have to pay for that. So the key is still with her. That's the point I'm trying to make. The key to sex is with a woman. So if you know you hold the keys to something and you open it any way you want, or you just leave it porous anytime, then anybody's gonna walk in at any time. Everybody's gonna do whatever they want anytime. If you go to strip clubs or wherever, women are used for these things. They are the ones who are being used to induce men, to seduce men. They hold the keys to sex. No matter how much you want sex as a man, no matter how much you're attracted to a particular woman, no matter how much you desire her, if she doesn't desire you, if she doesn't like you, if she's not feeling you, if you've not played your game well, you would never have your way with her.
Yeah.
You will live in fantasy land and you go to your bedroom and jerk off and do shit. That's all you can do. But women would always hold the keys to sex. So, and if you know you hold the keys to sex and you guard the key properly, and I'm not just talking about like actual sex, I'm talking about nudity and other things. Some men know they are aesthetically pleasant in the eye, they are beautiful, whatever. And they create social media accounts and all these things where they induce men for a lot of things and make money off of this simp, off of this man. They build a followership. Most people that are following them are men. Some of these women are even married and they do these things. And I don't know how their husband feels or how their partner feels. So it's like, it's not a good place to be. I feel like women also need to work on themselves in terms of being a lot more guarded because the nature of a man would often always drive them into doing things that are, most men who haven't trained themselves or don't have discipline and self-control will be led by what's in between their legs. That's probably their first brain, and they'll always be led to that.
But that's not a good excuse.
It's not an excuse that I'm making. I said most men who have not trained themselves, who are loose, will be led by that. And that is what the women are encouraging. When they do things like this, they are calling on those kind of men. Because the man who is disciplined and who knows what he wants will not go for her, will not like her post and be saying, hey, when are we going to meet? All that stuff. Oh, baby girl, it looks so beautiful. Some of them are married. They are commenting all that shit on random women's posts. So that's the kind of man that woman is calling. And what that is doing too is damaging the mindset of a woman where she sees men to be that way. She believes men are dogs.
I think the damage is done. Like, this is
Because those are the kind of men that she attracts by presenting herself that way. That's my point. She will only attract men like that. The same type of men. When you project nudity, when you don't guard the keys to your kingdom or whatever it is, you would attract men who are like that. And you say, what is wrong with men? Where are the good men? There are no good men around. Well, what about you? Have you checked yourself to know the kind of person you are? Yeah, because that's the kind of man you're attracting.
What's one thing you're afraid to admit, but wish more people knew about you?
I don't know, that why that question sounded a little personal, but
I already told you it's gonna get personal. But
one thing I'm afraid to admit.
yeah, like something about you that you it's hard for you to admit maybe, but at the same time you wish more people knew about you.
Why would it be difficult for me to admit if I know it's something that I should be proud of, that people should know? You see, like,
Maybe you're not proud of it, but maybe it will help if people knew about you.
I wasn't proud of the fact that I may have dated, like, multiple women at the same time. I don't know if I wish people knew that, but people knowing that about me is like, well, it's like a lesson that I want to make out of that. Yeah, like, dating multiple women at the same time is something that I would absolutely advise against for any man.
Okay.
Yeah. Why I'm putting out there in terms of it being something public or like people, wishing people knew, like I said, is because of the lesson that is coming out from it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any benefit at all on the long term to dating multiple women at the same time. The benefit that you get in the moment is much more than how it will ruin your life. Is less important or less vital. The damage it will do to you on the long term is much greater than the benefits you will get in the now.
At the moment.
Yes, to dating multiple women at the same time. Because there's a lot of things that will start happening to you. You would never really see yourself content with one person. You would always find a gap that she has, and you will use the other person to fill it. One person could be satisfying you sexually. Another person could be good for food, making your food. Another person...
Food always is a big part of it, right?
I guess for a lot of men. Another person may be a good travel companion. The other person may be a good encourager. The other person may be younger and more enthusiastic, more vibrant.
This is exactly how polygamous people think.
Yeah. The other person may be more enthusiastic, vibrant, and all that. The other person is more reserved and calmer and takes more shit from you than the other person. One of them may be slimmer, skinnier, more beautiful.
Seems like you got them all, like,
more beautiful.
one of each.
I'm just comparing two of them in terms of their qualities, contrasting qualities that you would be thinking that you need. And you're having the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
At least you think.
At least you believe you're having the best of both worlds in the now. Like I said, you could really be having fun in the now. But the damage it's going to do on the long term is actually really huge. The impact of it is terrible.
I can't
'Cause,
imagine like all the lying you need to do at that point.
Well,
It's tough.
well, it depends if those two people know about you, about each
So
other.
ethical polygamy.
I don't know if that's what they call it, but some
They do
people.
call it.
Oh, okay. I never heard that term before.
Yeah, I've heard it, and it's really like
Yeah.
it's a weird term, but
Yeah. So two of them could know that two of them exist. They may never really accept it, but they feel like they have no option than to stay with you, than to be with you, or than to be in that situation. Or they get competitive to prove themselves.
of course.
Like I said, women are pretty competitive in nature. Men go out there to battle the world or to conquer or whatever it is, to work on themselves and make an impact in the world and be a more dominant force or whatever that's like. That's always the innate build or hunger of a man. But women are more likely to be in a little bit of contention with themselves. If a woman really likes a man and believes that this man has been his or he is his for like, a long time or forever, and she's imagined the future with you, and another woman comes into the equation to threaten what both of you have, she's not going to let it slide easily. As much as she knows that, even if she finds out that you've probably been with that other girl once, or maybe something has happened, if she's really into you and hung on you, she's not going to let it slide easily. She's not going to let the thought that another woman would take her man just slide. And her competitive nature is going to come out, and she want to make sure that shit is cut off. And then after it's cut off, maybe she can now face you to deal with you and what you've done or what
Of course,
you've
you're
put.
in trouble.
Yes, and what you've put the situation in. But her first instinct is to show that situation that she's the better woman in this. I'm the more sexually appealing person. I'm the more beautiful woman here. I'm better for you than that other girl. This is the nature.
Competitive mode.
Yes, this is the nature of women most of the time. So I feel that the long-term effect is on the man. I'm not even talking about the women now, but all those years, like let's say they don't know about both of you, and you've probably told a lot of lies to each one. You are here, you are there, you've told a lot of
with
lies.
the timings, where you at, like what are you doing?
Yeah, those things play with your mind, and even they damage you to the point that you can't even believe yourself anymore. You can get to the point where you don't see yourself as trustworthy. You can get to the point where you don't perceive yourself to be worthy, to be of value, to be a good individual. You can get to that point where you are an absolute mess of a man, like you are broken. You are so broken that you don't believe you have any self-worth. You don't believe you can contribute anything to this world. Because of the amount of lies, games that you've played, how low you've stooped, like to do a lot of things, you would lose your self-esteem. It strips you of all those things. In the moment, you're actually having a little bit of ego boost where you're feeling like somebody who a lot of women like. You are feeling like somebody who can, thrive.
Playboy.
And, like a playboy. You can ride on the wings and date multiple women, and you're fine and you are thriving, and it's working out somehow. This person minimizing this person. Oh man, I get the best of both worlds, and you are feeling yourself and you're loving it. But on the longer term, what it does to you, you may not even be able. When you see a woman you've committed to tomorrow, talk or say or speak in some ways that you've done in the past, instantly a part of you will trigger, and you wouldn't trust her either, because you know the ways of a cheater. You know the ways of a cheater, and
Been there,
anything,
done that.
yeah, and anything that comes close to those traits, when you see it in another woman or in another person, you would deduce it to mean that they are doing something, and that's why you see cheaters don't trust even anybody, because they've gotten their way so many times that they actually feel, oh, people are actually dumb, and I'm the smart one. That's the signal it's sending to your brain. If you're able to successfully cheat and get away with it, with all your lies or with all your games, you would realize, you will say to yourself, the subconscious effect it has on you is that, oh, people are actually not that smart. Like, I'm the smart one. I'm smart. So when someone starts doing the same thing that you do, even if it's not exactly the same, but you can see the traits of it, you will instantly have a trigger in your mind that says,
Yeah, I
this
think
person is
the
trying to
trust-
outsmart me. Yes.
The trust issues will remain.
Yes. This person is trying to outsmart me, or this person is doing the same things that I was doing when I was cheating. And I think they are cheating too, even when they may not be.
True.
So it has a lot of effect where you also don't find yourself truly committing to one woman. You would always see and feel a gap, that there's something missing with one person that you are with. And one person may never truly be enough for you, because you've been in situations where you've dated multiple people. Sometimes too, you are making a lot of comparisons. You are there wishing that, I wish the futures in girl A, or let's say you want to make a decision. You get to the point where you really feel like you want to make a decision. And then you feel like, oh, I wish these futures in girl A were in girl B, so that I can choose girl B. In addition to the futures that already exist in girl B.
Yeah.
Like, all of them have their individual personality, but now you're also wishing that one of them is fully complete. Like this, you just want to merge both of them so that they become one person, and then you can date one person. That would never happen. You can never find
You
one
should
person.
pre-order.
What?
You should order.
You can never find one person that is an absolute in their absoluteness meant for you. There's
Yeah, no one's
always
perfect. There's always some things that you won't be liking in one person.
Yeah, it's not really that you may not like something, but you may wish
It
that
was-
what one person has may be in the other person as well. So no person is ever gonna be fully
Oh,
ideal or whole for you. You have to be able to make a compromise somehow or at some point. And even if
it's not a compromise. I mean, you're not perfect yourself, so you just have to be realistic about it. The thing that you're looking for may not exist. That's a fact. Yeah.
And even if you merge those two and they became one person, there will still be something missing, or something you don't find. You may true love loves one's flaws as well. In some way, your flaws are also like, yeah, whatever. That's how you see someone's flaws. So I think the effect of dating multiple people, I don't want to use the term cheating, because when we say that, we're talking about you being sneaky and giving someone the impression. There are two aspects of this. You're giving someone that you are with the impression that she's the only one.
That is cheating.
When that's what I'm saying, that I don't want to use the term cheat. I'm getting somewhere.
Okay.
I don't want to use the term cheating, because I feel that cheating obviously is when you're giving someone the impression, someone you are with, you're giving them the impression that she's the only one. When you are also seeing and talking to multiple people, that's cheating. And I'm still gonna get to the details of cheating or defining it or however. That's cheating. But when you're dating two people at the same time that possibly know of their own existence,
Yeah, that's a different thing.
I don't think that's cheating, because you're not really sneaking around here. Even if you are doing it so lazily. You're not putting too much attention or detail, because you already know this person knows about the other person.
Yeah.
Like, they both know that they exist, yet they are here.
You're not exclusive.
Yeah. Like, why are you here if you know that there's another girl in my life? that's the aspect too, where I'm not the one who wants to tell women to work on themselves here, but I believe that any confident woman shouldn't be in a position where a man is placing her as not a priority,
Yeah, for sure.
where he's entertaining another woman as well as you.
Unless
Somet-
you're just getting to know the person.
Yeah, that's different.
That's
like
a different.
if you guys are still at the initial stages and talking, then it's possible you could be talking to multiple people and trying to get to know whatever. But if you guys have defined that you're in a relationship and somehow he's hanging with other women, this is where the point of the whole friendship is a bit messed up, because a guy can also say, that's my friend. If you find out about, this is the term men use when they
Yeah.
when they are talking or conversing with another girl, they use the term, that is my friend. But you that is in a relationship with them, do you like that? No. This is why I talk about the friendship part too. You wouldn't like that, because it doesn't matter whatever they talk about. You can't just entertain the idea of another woman just randomly calling your man at any point.
The audacity.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, imagine my entertaining the idea of another man just randomly calling my girl and talking to my girl, spending time with her, talking to her. At the end of the day, that's not a position anyone wants to be in, except they are your relative or whatever. So I think one thing that I would say every man should do is, if you're not ready to commit, that's okay. If you meet any girl, there are two things that I would tell any guy to walk by when it comes to relationships: integrity and discipline. Integrity meaning, when it comes to women, don't sell her false hope. That's first. Whatever you are feeling or whatever you want, say it. I've broken up relationships that I know the girl may have wanted more to do with me. She may have wanted more. She wants us to proceed into a relationship. Maybe we've hung out once or twice and she wants more. She's feeling it and all that stuff. She just wants more. But then I go back to the initial conversation I had with her and I remind her and I said, when I met you, do you remember what I told you? I told you I wasn't ready to commit. I told you this was just casual and you agreed. I told you I wasn't ready for intimacy and you agreed. Why do you want more? This is the ground on which you can cut off, move forward, maintain anything. Integrity. At first, you are selling what you want. So many guys are on dating apps. If you're on dating app and you set up yourself in a way that you know what women want, so that you attract them, but you're selling the false hope. I'm not talking about putting up nice pictures, putting up a good bio. All that stuff is important because that's how you attract people anyways. You don't want to present yourself as just raw and your raw state, or just, you have some flaws or whatever. You still project them and say, whoever accepts me, accept me. No, that's not the point here. That doesn't make any sense. You have to sell the best of yourself. But selling the impression of what people want, what a girl desires, what she desires, but deep down that's not what you want, is wrong. It's deceitful. There's no integrity to it.